Hi guys, this time on Deep Junk, it's hot rod time. We have a 32 Ford 3-window coupe from Hot Wheels. Tell you the truth guys, I don't know when this thing came out. I know I bought it brand new, and so it's set in a box for many years. Got it out. I've been wanting to do something like hot rod. I did the 53 Chevy. That's more like sled. So I wanted to do something like this. Fenderless 32 Ford. Of course, my dad, he would say that it's not right unless it has fenders, and we agree to disagree on that. This car, I did preview on a video before and showing things that were upcoming. If you saw that, then you know that I hate, I don't know any other word to use, but hate, and it's a strong word. Hate is a very strong word. I hate these wheels. Directional wheels have no business on anything. Maybe a boat trailer, or maybe a conversion van, but not on a street rod, hot rod, rat rod, muscle car, classic. Oh my god. At any rate, they don't belong. These will be, I'm going to take these off later down the road. I'm going to send them off deep junk fashion. I'll make a video of that, because these things aren't going to hurt anyone anymore. There will be no car that'll be left marred by these wheels. The flames look like a third grader colored them in a coloring book with their crayons. Those are going to go. We've got the engine and grill shell all one piece in chrome plastic. Little Hemi there with some zoomies on it. I'm not big on that hat, that injector hat, so may change the top of the blower. Of course, give it some detail. Clear glass. Hallelujah, thank God. It's not green or blue or amber. And it's clear. It's all, like I said, it was new. It hadn't seen any playtime or anything. Basic red interior, a bench. We've got, it does have a little shifter in there. A little shifter, and the basic steering wheel and dash. Not a whole lot to look at. And the body, 3-window. It does have like a roll pan or something in the back there. It looks like where indents where taillights might be, and a license plate frame. Other than that, it was bent a little bit. The chassis had a little bit of a bend to it, and I went ahead and fixed that already when I took it apart to get that nice and straight. And I'm going to look for wheels. Actually, the wheels I wanted to use on this, I was afraid of having something too big on the back. I'm going for sort of a look from, say, 1960. But the wheels that I had are actually too small. They're going to look stupid on it. So I have to go wheel shopping, and we'll get the body in the stripper and start working on the engine and that. So stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so I got the 32 Ford out of stripper, our 3-window coupe. And I'll tell you one thing that I didn't realize when I was looking at the car in the first place is just how wide it is, how big the scale is. It doesn't say on it what the scale size is, but it's much larger. And it makes this car, she's got a booty on her, it's wide, childbearing fenders back here. Because I went to use the wheels that I had thought, and I'm looking and thinking, well, they look kind of small on this, and they were small. So I changed my wheels that I was going to use in making axles for them. I looked around for an axle that I may have had. Some were close, but just no cigar. I used the axles that came out of the car, because most times when you take those axles out, and you just cut the nub off the end of it, there's more than enough room give in and out where you can pin another nub on it. You know, put your new wheels and tires on the axle, pin another nub on it, and use it same axle that came out of the car. Not so on this. I had to make an axle for the rear. The front, I ended up, it's a little bit narrower. I ended up using a Matchbox 4-wheel drive axle with some of the big mud tires, I think off of a Bronco or something. I cut the nub off of that and used that axle for the front. So anyway, on our body, it's out of the stripper, looks pretty good. We've got on the top a little bit of a flat edge right back here at the edge of the roof where it makes this curve. They've got a couple lines in the casting will need to come out. Same thing up here on the roof. There's a, so I don't know if you can see that on the camera, there's a slight line there, and again on the passenger side there's a slight line up there. It's about the only stuff I see besides this hunk of crap here on the firewall that we'll have to clean up. That's her. Changed the wheels, kind of changed directions of the car a little bit, but not much. It still want to be a period looking 3-window coupe from, say, like late 50s, early 60s. We'll call it 1960. Alrighty, guys, stay tuned. I'm going to bust a little bit of this with a file, knock the big stuff down, and then I go to sandpaper, then a green scuff pad, and I'll get clean up around any of the windows, anything that's not quite straight or looks decent in there, the wheelhouses, and get her done. Stay tuned. Alrighty, guys, in about 45 minutes or so I've been playing with the body. Excuse me. Got the looking pretty good. Those lines came right out on the tops of the quarters on either side of the deck lid, and then we had lines that ran up again into the roof line on either side of the rear window. Those come out pretty good. The edges left and right sided, got those to blend around the corner real nice, and same thing with the leading edge over here above the windshield. I've got a little bit more work to do on that firewall and the cowl area, and then we'll start inside the body, getting these wheelhouses cleaned up. There's still some garbage up in there, but yeah, not too shabby. It has it's got its usual around the windows too. I started to clean up a little bit of that. Make sure that's all clean before it gets painted. Sure. Yepers. Alrighty, guys. It doesn't look too bad, all that bad, I don't think. Stay tuned. Alrighty, guys, working right along on the 3-window coupe. What I did here off camera was I wanted to change the blower hat, and then I got to looking at it. I really don't like the blower either, so this blower and the hat on it, the blower drive up front here, is from a Metro Rail. I believe that's what they were called. That's its chassis sitting right there. A Metro Rail? I think, something like that. So I cut the whole blower off of it, cut the blower off of this car, and ta-da! Now I will probably have to take some spit it out, man. Strip styrene and fashion it over the drive to make another belt. It's not really gonna go down where I want it. It's gonna look kind of goofy, but with a little detail on it, and a blower belt, get some detail on that engine, and get those zoomies painted up. it ought to look pretty good. Also, the chassis was straightened out. It no longer looks like it's looking for loose change in the street in front of it. Right in through here and bent that back. It had one post in the back holding the body on, and the other one run up through the front, right up into the engine. So that's where we are on the 3-window. Stay tuned. Alright guys, before I assemble the 32, I thought we'd take a look at the parts there before it goes together, mainly because of just a few details. We'll start with the body. It's done and ready to go. I added moon equipment, the moon eyes on the doors. There is a theme. This car is that I'm going after, and when you see it all put together, you'll know, because I'm going to put the picture up with the car that inspired it. So another thing that I did is the firewall. Usually they'll take the firewall and put a contrasting color on. Say if the car's red and it's got off-white steel wheels, you would have off-white on your firewall. Some guys have done checkered flag, theme on the firewall. If it was a black car, it could have a red firewall with red steel wheels. So this, I did I put that on there. It's kind of like a marbled look in red. It's probably going to get buried for the most part by that engine, but it's just one of them stupid details that I like and I have to have, and I'll know it's there, and I'll rest easier at night and sleep. Again, they have the moon eyes, all that stuff's buried under a couple coats of clear. That was a second paint job for it. It decided to go one way when I was going the other, and it skipped across the floor, so nothing like doing things twice. You guys know how I like to do that. The interior, red plastic. I left the door panels in like a red plastic and went the upper around them and then into the seat with a red enamel, black floor, the shifter in there, and then the dash and the steering wheel in black. So that's some other stuff that would be hard to see with that chop top on it. And again, the motor, that blower belt, I cut that out of strip styrene and put a blower belt on it. We've got it wired up. So yeah, just about ready to go back together. Stay tuned. Alrighty guys, our 32 Ford, the 3-window coupe is done, and I'm loving it. It is a cool car. Kept the Hemi that was in it and chopped that blower off that goofy bread box looking thing. Used the blower from the Metro Rail and its injector hat. Cut some styrene in a strip for a blower drive belt. Just glued it up and wrapped it around, cut it to length. We wired the Hemi. Put a little bit of bluing on the pipes. Just used some Oldsmobile engine blue that's like a transparent with some gold. Headlights up front are mounted down low. They're not too big but not too small. I see the one on my left side there, the lens is trying to pop out of it, and I'll have to fix that. You've got our moon eyes decals on the door because, yeah, the firewall, I had done a little detail in there, marbleized look on the firewall. It gets lost behind the engine, but it's one of those details that I like because I know it's there. Same with the interior, the red on black inside. No one's ever going to probably see it. You'd have to really light the thing up to look down in there. I can't, hell, I was holding it in my hand, I can't barely see in it. Saying the front where the motor post goes down through that plastic post, that ended up, I just glued that, some super glue, and put a little baking soda on it. The chassis, there's no real detail on it, just painted it, and up here where I fixed it earlier, just painted it so it would look better. We used that roll pan out back and used those insets for taillights. And under the rear, that's just a quick change. Rear end, the cover is done in chrome. This one was, or is, kind of wide in the ass of it. So the axle for the rear I had to make out of some stock, and the front axle came from, I believe, a four-wheel drive truck of some sort, and I stole it out, just clipped one end, ran it through, and then peened it over when I had the tires on. Other than that, it is what you see is what you get. I like it. I could not be happier. Well, I could if that headlight wasn't trying to fall out of it. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by. I would like to ask, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the button. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Coming up on the 30th, October 30th, is going to be our Halloween build. Myself and five other guys are building the skull crushers, and you have a chance to win them. Comment on my video, comment on the other guys' videos, and the next day, the 31st, I will take everybody who commented on my page, on my channel, and I will put it into a random picker and pick someone, and they will win the car. So check it out on the 30th. I'll be running it all day. You can check the car out, and if you think you might like to try to win it, you can leave a message, and I'll put your name in the running. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for stopping in and checking out the build on the 32 Ford. I appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.